A lesson in mashed potatoes. Okay, so maybe I'm not the best with coming up with titles for videos, but if you bear with me for just a little bit, I promise I'll get to the meat of the story. My name is Angie Sanders. I'm the owner of Angie Sanders Strength and Style. I am a LuLaRoe retailer. Obviously, we're here in my Lula room, but more important than that, I am passionate about helping women to love themselves, encourage women to love themselves for who they are in God's eyes, rather who they are in the world's eyes. So this week we bought an Instant Pot. I was super, super excited about it because seriously, all the meals that I've seen my friends post look amazing. And I was excited to try out my first meal. So I did a little bit of research, found that an easy peasy, you can't mess it up, first time Instant Pot user would be meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I mean, that's what all the reviews said, so heck, can't go wrong there. So we sit down to dinner. My daughter sits at the table. She's looking at her plate. She says, "This looks weird." I'm like, "It's mashed potatoes." "Doesn't look like mashed potatoes." Now, I will say she can be kind of persnickety when it comes to her food, but she was on the money on these. You guys, they were so soupy that you practically had to eat them with a spoon. Now, not how I planned it, not how it was intended, and certainly not the way the after the meal post looked on Facebook. So what did I do wrong? When I was sitting there eating my mashed potatoes, well, rather watching my mashed potatoes soup through my fork, I just kind of had a giggle because it's like God was like giving me the little nudge, nudge, wink, wink, like, get a clue, sister. This is what happened. I followed that recipe to a T. I mean, I was meticulous. I made sure that I measured every single ingredient out. I timed everything right. I released the pressure valve exactly how I was supposed to. I did everything exactly how I should. Exactly how the steps were for me. But the very last step where it said to mash the potatoes, I decided, oh, who has time for that? I just got my mixer out and just roll. Do you know what happened? It makes soupy mashed potatoes because that's not the way the recipe is intended. So that's what I need to share with you guys. I don't know about you, but I do that a lot in my walk with God. I do that a lot in my own life. See, God, we all know this. That's the thing. We know that He has a plan for us. We know that He intends good things for us in His timing if we just are faithful and trust Him. But a lot of times what we decide to do is we decide to take things into our own hands. Like, we don't want to wait. We're too impatient to do things His way. We decide that we don't like the direction that He's taken us in. So we're going to go this way when He says, I think, child, I want you to go this way. Kind of like my recipe and the way I followed it. You know, it didn't turn out right. And what happens when we don't follow it? The finished product doesn't turn out right. What happens when we don't follow, God's plan for us and decide to take it into our own hands? Well, ultimately it ends up with soupy mashed potatoes. And I want better than that for you. So when, it's just a simple little message, a simple little God wink maybe, that I wanted to share with you this week that He shared with me. And I hope that you'll find some encouragement in it. In closing, the really cool thing was, I had this happen on last night and, I thought about it and prayed about it. And then this morning in my devotion, it was Proverbs 3:5, which is trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And if that isn't just a double God wink to me, I don't know what is. Hope you needed this message today as well. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.